Without a doubt, time management has been the biggest problem I have as a student, and this goes before college as well. I remember I used to walk 3 miles home, not because I had to, but because I wanted to. You see, I'm a very active and a very curious person, and I love to explore my city in my own time on my foot. So I would waste an hour to an hour and a half just so I could check out a new store that opened down the street. Fast forward to college, I now live in a large campus and everything is super spread out. I stopped doing my personal exploration trip and basically locked myself into a routine from going from my bed to the dining hall to class and back to my bed. And by doing that, I thought I could free up a bunch of time to study, which didn't work because my grades was constantly struggling. Then I would cut out more things in my life since I thought the reason I was bad at time management was simply because I didn't have enough time. I ended up super depressed because not only was my grades suffering, but more importantly, I wasn't doing the things I like. The things that keeps me happy and keeps my schedule busy. And this whole cycle kind of happened many times throughout college. And I eventually learned that I don't get better at studying or any specific task by blindly throwing a lot of hours at it. I get better when I have other activities to offset my studying time, or just have something that I can look forward to. And that was when I got an electric skateboard called a Onewheel. And I know this sounds crazy, but it literally helped me pass all my classes. I could now explore different places without wasting a bunch of time. I could go to downtown or even go out of town without spending money on Uber or calling Uber Eats. And perhaps most importantly, I can now get between classes in 10 minutes, where I used to spend hours every single day just to wait for a bus. Onewheel not only freed up a bunch of my time, but more importantly, it gave me control of my own time. I've become very resilient because every time I face a challenge, if it's a physical one, I usually have time to resolve it. If it's a mental one, I could go out for a joyride or just some exploration trip until I'm happy. The most current example is now. I am halfway across the globe from my school, and there's a 12-hour time zone difference, and I'm doing online classes basically in the middle of the night. And despite the time zone difference, I still get to have a pretty stable schedule and healthy lifestyle, relatively. Because when I'm not in class, I get to ride my Onewheel, I get to go to different places, I get to go get food. I could go out to watch the sunset at the beach every single day because I can. Because of so many different things. For example, it's hard for me to stay up all the way until 3 to wait for my class. So what I would do is I would just ride my board outside until it's 3 in the morning and I'll come back for my class. I've been through a lot with my Onewheel, literally and figuratively. And a lot has happened to our class year, and we all showed our own resilience in our own different way. Dear class of 2020, we are unstoppable.